every week now, junk food. And I can't wait to talk about that. And I'm going to tell you why I can't wait to talk about junk food, because when I got onto tonight's broadcast as we were setting up, I noticed something growing out of the top of my head, if you will. Sound is loud and clear now. The sound is loud and clear. Hear that? I just threw a pen across my living room into my bathroom. Why? Because I put together what was an absolutely fantastic introduction. It was great. It was wonderful. I talked about inching through Monday, crawling through Tuesday, getting all the way to Friday and how it was the weekend. And then I talked about how Jack Kaufman was going to be here, and I gave his backstory. And then I said, you know who else is going to be here? I said that Steph Mercier Voyer is going to be here, and then we'd be talking about junk food. I've got all these notes, and none of them matter anymore because my intro has been ruined. Why don't we just... Let's just cancel the show tonight, huh? Let's just cancel the show, because now there's no more I'm eating flavor. I never thought that when I started this show, I'd have paper in my beard. I got to calm down. Give me a second. Okay. Now then, let's get back on track. What just happened might be an all-time moment in the show. I don't know. It depends on what your comedic tastes are. Where was I? On tonight's show, Steph Mercier Voyer will be here, and we're going to be talking about junk food, which is apropos because I noticed something as we began or got close to beginning our broadcast tonight. Get a load of this doozy right here. Look at that. Look at that zit. I think I know why that grew. I've been eating copious amounts of junk food for the past week, and I think it is finally having an effect on me because it is growing out of my head. The grease and the internal mildew is manifesting itself, and I can't wait to talk about delicious junk foods and the effect that junk foods have on us tonight with Steph. Also joining us, which this might be the most karma-esque moment in the history of this show. Dimitri Kyres is here tonight, and the purpose of Dimitri's visit is to talk about how he's been doing as our junior tech on this show. Let's welcome Dimitri Kyres to the show. Dimitri, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. Can you hear me right now?
Oh, I can hear you. I think people can hear me now.
Yeah, we didn't hear you for those first couple of minutes there, James. I had a technical issue on my end.
You had a technical issue. It seems to be a weekly theme with you on the board, Dimitri.
Yeah. Well, today, my excuse is that I'm dealing with a completely new system. Hopefully, rectifying some of your quality issues.
You decided to work on a new system during the show.
Well, now I thought would be a good time to implement a new system, James, because we're always trying to do better on the show. You know?
We're always trying to do better on that's a good point. That's a good point. The comedians that come on, they try to do better with their characters and and you know what? Sometimes they don't land. Sometimes it doesn't land, right? Sometimes it doesn't land,
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this new system that you decided to implement. I guess the other one just wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah, I mean, some people have mastered it, and I just wanted to try. I wanted to try something different, so I'm on Streamlabs right now. So it's
you're on Streamlabs.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a high tech system. I find it's more user friendly.
You know what I found interesting about your use of Streamlabs tonight is a lot of the same problems that you encounter on OBS, you're encountering on Streamlabs.
Yeah. Yeah, you noticed that? I was having issues with my settings. Sometimes they reset overnight, so when I come back and the settings are not exactly where I find them, and I forget because
Yeah.
they're normally already set, aka like the
Yeah.
sound, James.
Yeah. So you're having the same problem with two different broadcasting platforms.
Yeah, it's just unlucky, I guess. But we're working hard back here, and the problem seems to be fixed right now,
Yeah,
James.
yeah, yeah. It looks, yeah, there's one guy over your shoulder. Looks like he's fallen asleep at the control booth.
Uh,
That portly guy with the white tight t-shirt.
oh, you referring to me, James?
No, no, there's the guy
Oh,
over
there's
your
another guy.
shoulder.
Oh, there's another
Yeah,
guy.
who is that?
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Dave's brother.
No, I didn't know Dave had a brother.
Yeah, he works in broadcasting.
Yeah.
This is him right there.
Well, Dimitri, let's get into why you're here. I invited you onto the show. Usually when you're teching the show, you're not on the show.
No, normally I'm.
But it's because tonight I wanted to go through a performance review with you. So I've got a series of things that I want to go through.
Yeah.
So Dimitri, you've been a tech for how long would you say now?
How long has it been? It's been about a few weeks.
A few weeks would be an understatement.
Oh, a few months then.
Few months, yeah. A few months is
Right.
more, I would say, more of a honest answer.
Okay,
Now,
it's a long
Dimitri,
time.
how do you think you've done so far?
Um, I feel like I've acclimated to the requirements and the things that were required of me. The tasks.
Yeah, well, I want to jump in here. When you say you've acclimated to the things that are required of you, would you say turning on the audio is one of those things?
I would say that falls under the criterion of the things I need to.
So would you say that you're acclimated to it if it doesn't happen?
I mean, like a fish acclimates to water or to a new river, James. Oftentimes, there's still rocky journeys in said river, but the fish is
Yeah,
still
that's true.
acclimated to the river system. But to answer your question truthfully, I suppose I haven't been as acclimated as I could be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What do you think some of your best qualities have been so far as the technical director on the at-home program, as some people mistakenly call it?
I I believe that I am a perfectionist. I think that I am on time. I think I'm punctual.
Mm.
I think I handle stress well under pressure, and you of all people know that this could be a pretty tense show underneath the water. You're of course cool as a cucumber, but in the waiting room, in the tech room here, things can get pretty intense, and I feel like I hold my own in that realm. Moreover, I feel like I'm willing to push the envelope, and yes, I feel like I'm willing to push the envelope and switch up a system on the fly, like I did tonight.
You know what? I agree with all of those things. I think those are accurate assessments of oneself. Now, Dimitri, what do you think some of your more challenging qualities have been? Your difficulties?
I would say making sure that the audio is on at the beginning
Yeah.
of the program is definitely some of the things I'm struggling with right now on the show.
Yeah.
Um, I
Well,
find
I'd like to jump in here. You nailed it last week when you were broadcasting the audio while we were waiting for the show to start.
yeah, yeah, I did the opposite last week. You're right,
Yeah.
James. And then you had to painstakingly go into the show's archives and edit that for me.
Yeah.
That wasn't even your responsibility. You had to do that. That was my responsibility. Yeah, so last week I recorded too much of the show, aka some of the banter from inside the waiting room before the show commenced. I made that mistake. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. What are some of your what other qualities have you found yourself to have difficulty with?
Sometimes I don't count you in at the beginning of the show, and I know that you get quite mad about that.
You know what? I would say that's more one of David's difficulties.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's nor a strength nor.
Can I tell you something?
You may.
I ask him every time. He barely does it.
Is
You know what his, how yours is quite good. His is more, the music's playing and then I kind of just hear this. James, you're on.
every tech has their own flavor, James. That's the beauty of this show, is there's so much diversity.
Dimitri,
Yep.
what would you say your flavor is? If you had a flavor, if you had to choose.
I feel like I'm a bit of a renegade, but also plays by the rules. I feel like
So your flavor is that you're a bit of a renegade?
I feel like I'm Casual Friday at a Fortune 500 company.
Now, again, if that was a flavor, what would that flavor be?
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road. Much like a lot of our intros together. Yeah. Rocky Road. Dimitri, what are some ways in which you think you can improve as a technical director?
I feel like I could really do my due diligence, James, at the beginning of the show. So instead of maybe fooling around and trying to have a good time with you and doing a vibe check off the top of the show, I could be checking the knobs, checking the preferences, making sure that everything is on for the first, and perhaps even doing a test before I go live.
Oh, I like that.
Is something that I could try to implement next week, I believe.
Dimitri, I want to say that you've been really honest with your answers tonight.
Thank you.
And the best way that I could describe your teching would be consistent. As in, the things that you excel at, you consistently excel at, and the things that you face difficulties with, they're consistently happening and a difficulty for you.
Right.
Dimitri?
Yes.
I'm going to buy you a coffee over the weekend.
I'm glad.
I'm going to tell you that I like your gusto. I like your can-do attitude. You show up every Friday. You perform free labor. You give me great countdowns when I'm on. I love it. Music's pretty loud. One thing if I had to give you a bit of homework, this is what it would be.
Yes.
You got to find a way to make my video quality better on Friday nights.
How would you rate the quality right now? This question to you and to the chat out of 5.
I'm going to give it probably a 2. It was fantastic on Monday with David. It was fantastic on Wednesday with Carla. This is kind of a consistent difficulty. For some reason, my video quality is awful on Fridays.
2 out of 5. I don't know why that happens because I switched to Streamlabs to avoid that problem.
Yeah, somehow it's made it worse.
And you would say it's worse.
I would say it's comparable to worse.
I'm floored by that because.
But you know what? You have a can-do attitude.
Thank you, James.
You know who you remind me a lot of?
Who?
Connor Rose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a compliment.
Because you never give up. You never give up. You believe in yourself.
I hold myself to a very high standard, James, and I feel like that's why I was selected to tech the Friday night show, aka the big night. So I feel
it's also because you play role-playing games on Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I have a tight schedule.
Yeah.
I am glad you brought that up. That's all. I'm glad you brought that up. So I see it. I see a challenge in front of me, James. I'm not gonna turn an anthill into a mountain. I'm gonna treat it as such, and I'm going.
I don't know if that's how that saying goes.
I'm not gonna turn an anthill into
mountain into a molehill.
Mountain.
Write that down.
Yeah, into a molehill.
Great. So Dimitri, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that intro one more time.
Okay.
We're gonna do that intro one more time. I'm gonna let's fade back to our Get Cozy menu.
Yeah. Let's do it.
This is what I want you to do. I want everyone to hear the countdown you give me. I want you to go live with your countdown. Folks out there in twitch.tv/@home with Jamesland, I want you to hear the countdown that Dimitri gives to me. So Dimitri, let me know when we have transitioned back to our Get Cozy screen. Great. So I want you to hit that song and I want you to give me that countdown. Folks, we are here. If you are just tuning in, you have missed a whole lot of show. What you have missed Are you asking that? I'm going to tell you, you missed a live on-air performance review with Dimitri Kyres. He was honest with his answers. He was forthcoming with his answers. He was very, very, very open about what he did well and what he has to improve on. And this is why, as a performance review, I give Dimitri 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Now that we've done a third intro this evening, we are going to move on to our second guest of the night. Before we move on to our second guest, I want to let you know that we will be back this upcoming Sunday morning, 11 o'clock a.m. for the Sunday morning special, where we have an entire panel who will bring to us a variety of topics that we will discuss one by one by one by one. But before we do that, it is time to discuss junk food with the one and the only Steph Mercier Voyer, coming in hot. Oh, I always forget about the song.
Can I dance for you? Would that be cool? Can I dance for you?
Steph, how's it going?
We're just gonna, okay. I was gonna dance for longer. But
No, you know what? I'm bumping Dimitri up to a 5-on-5 point system right there because of how quickly he transitioned out of that song.
Yeah, that's a little messed up for me.
Mm-hmm.
That really killed my groove. Like, it didn't even get to the part where there's butterflies in my stomach.
You know what? Maybe on the outro. Maybe on the outro. We'll see if Dimitri is feeling generous tonight. Steph, how's your Friday been?
Friday, it's been pretty good. It's been quite the garbage week.
Been quite I feel like we've had similar garbage weeks, but not emotionally. I don't want to project. I have not had an emotional garbage week. I would say in terms of eating, it's been a full-blown dump truck.
Look, I don't want to put the blame on you at all, but I have seen you a lot this week. A lot more than usual, and my eating has been terrible.
Yeah, well, what I want to do is I want to take some folks through a bit of an update of something that I talked about a week ago, a week and a half ago, when I talked about how I had put basically up for auction on my Instagram account I would say more than a 3/4 full bag of chocolate chips up for grabs as a joke. And it became what I believe to be the most popularly responded to story I have ever posted, because I actually got a series of offers for the chocolate chips that included toothpaste, other chocolate chips, a variety of things. But you came in with the first and only offer that I wanted to entertain, which was that I give you the chocolate chips, you take them, you bake cookies, and then give me some of the cookies.
It's a pretty good deal. And you complained that the chocolate chips were too sweet. And I was like, you know what I can do for you? I can wrap them in more sugar.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven and give those to you.
Well, and here's the thing. I wanted to put them, and I did put them on some vanilla ice cream, but I think the milk chocolate chips combined with the ice cream was too sweet. I needed something to perhaps create a bit of a balance, a bitter type of chocolate.
I do feel responsible for the pimple that's growing on your forehead.
I'm embarrassed. I'm going to tell you something, Steph. Now, I don't know if you have breakouts due to dietary difficulties, let's say.
Oh, my skin is awful right now.
I'm going to tell you something. Before the show started, saw it in the call, and I thought, I have to put a toque on. And then I did this. Thought, no one's going to buy this. I look like I'm about to go into like a mall and just start like blowing people away. This is also my new character on the show. It's called Lone Gunman. Why won't women date me?
Honestly, I barely see the difference between your regular persona.
Okay, now. Hold on now. There's a big difference between James like this versus James like this.
Other than the hat, yes, granted, the hat makes all the difference. But
yeah, see, so I would say that there are times when I do this. This James you can find walking into most comedy venues, feeling a little uneasy about being stopped and having to break into discussion with people.
Who's stopping you?
I'm not going to say any names.
Fans?
But that's what that James is. That's what this walking into a venue like this, getting into the green room, doing this, then sinking into a couch. And then seeing someone and saying, well, are you going to do some taps tonight in your little improv set? That's kind of my thing. And then I leave. Then I go. Yeah. Anyways, so you understand, we're suffering the plight of the garbage eater.
My thing that's happened this week is that we met.
Mm-hmm.
We did kind of a quick drug deal looking thing inside the Dollarama where I had my bag and you handed me the chocolate chips inside a store. We could have done it on the street, but we decided to do it in a place where it would look sketchy. And then I went home with that in my bag and I stopped somewhere and I got a full bag of chips and I had about a 15-minute walk home and I ate the whole bag of chips.
In 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so an entire bag of chips in 15 minutes is a very, very special accomplishment.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. It's a really nice thing to do when everyone's trying to not touch things, to just bring my hand to my mouth.
Yeah.
Constantly in public for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home and I baked cookies.
Yeah.
With your chocolate chips. And when I bake cookies, what happens is that I eat most of the dough raw. And then I had to do a bunch of taste tests. So I probably ate 6 cookies from the moment I baked them to the moment I saw you 12 hours later. Okay,
so you're just eating the cookies, but you're also eating the dough, which, does that count as a cookie or no?
Not really.
So you're eating the cookies, and before that, you're raw dogging it with the dough.
Oh yeah, I'm barebacking that bowl.
You're just... I was going to try to add to that. I was like, no, that's good as is. I like the way that is.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see each other. You say 12 hours later. I would say it was at least 24.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, 12 hours later, I think would have been like midnight.
Sure. So
I like the idea that we did a pass off at midnight, though, if it had been that. So we see each other anywhere in between 12 to 24 hours later.
Yeah.
You give me the cookies. We're sitting on these greasy benches.
Yeah.
And I just start eating these cookies
while we're talking, and then I go home. Wait, before I go home, I tell you, I still have half the bag. I'll make you more cookies. But here's the thing that happened is that I went home and I ate them all.
Yeah,
made myself these tiny bowls of chocolate chips that I kept refilling.
Yeah.
And eating like a maniac, like cutting them with my teeth in 4 pieces and taking my...
It sounds like you did with chocolate chips what people who fly porter do with the complimentary almonds.
Yeah. I felt sick.
Yep.
I couldn't stop. And then that's what I had for breakfast. I finished them for breakfast and then I texted you. I was like, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get more chocolate chips. And one thing that's happened to me as I've gotten older is heartburns.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I didn't experience when my diet was McDonald's and alcohol.
Yeah.
And now, after a bag of chips and chocolate chips, I am burning up from the inside. Okay, so you're dealing with heartburn, and I've got a really embarrassing zit. Yeah. What are we to do, Steph? I think we know the answer. No, I don't know the answer. I think the answer is double down. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think the answer is... Your advice is just to eat shittier. Yeah, I think the way to do it is to create some type of immunity to the point that going back to, like salads and grilled chicken and broccoli and quinoa. I like that you're talking as if that was ever your diet before this week. Yeah, that's a good point. It never was. Yeah, your diet is what? Burgers 13 times a week? A couple weeks ago, that was exactly the case. Like burgers, pizza, French fries, hot dogs, frozen pizza. Did you say fresh and frozen pizza? Well, they're two very different things, right? You go to like Domino's and get a pizza, or you go to Super C and get some type of ristorante. That's if you want to be classy. Okay.
That's if you want to pour your glass of, you pour a can of soda into a glass on a Friday night.
Ooh, fancy boy, fancy boy. Okay, so I wanted to talk about chips at first, but now I really want to talk about frozen pizzas.
Sure, okay.
I think that's more. So I used to do this thing on Friday nights with my mom, where every Friday night we would eat frozen pizza on the couch.
Yep.
I remember it fondly as this really nice thing. As I say it out loud, it sounds pretty sad, but it's something that she still does to this day. Every Friday night, her and her partner, it's pizza night, and they'll eat an entire frozen pizza each.
Oh, each?
Yeah, they're fucking maniacs.
Okay.
And when I moved there a few months ago, they would like give me a half pizza on my plate, and I was like, "That's insane. That's a lot." And then I'd watch them eat their full pizzas.
Now, what type of frozen pizza are they eating? Are they on the Oatker or are they on the Delissio?
Delissio Deluxe. So it has the pepperoni, the peppers, and the little sausage bits.
Yeah.
And my mom likes it burned. So,
okay, so she's eating like a hard, crunchy pizza.
Yeah, the bottom of it, if it's not painful to bite into it, it's undercooked for my mom.
All right, okay. So, and how is her boyfriend taking the pizza? I want you to say that he eats it rare. He takes his pizza blue.
Yeah, just like gooey in the middle.
Yeah, well, he wants like all of the vegetables to kind of, when you undercook it, it's all wet on top of the frozen pizza. All like the onions turn into water.
Yeah.
That's how I want him to take his pizza.
Have you ever eaten frozen pizza a little bit frozen because you couldn't wait?
No, but it sounds like, that might be something that's up your alley because of the, eating the when you're raw dogging the cookie dough.
Oh, yeah. So I don't just raw dog. So sometimes I put the cookie dough in the freezer.
Yeah.
I shape it into cookies and then I put it in the freezer like that, raw.
Yeah.
And then I'll get it out of the freezer and I'll cut really thin slices.
That's classy.
Yeah, I'm a classy gal.
Yeah.
And then I'll just eat.
Yeah. It sounds like you might be doing this with frozen pizzas as well.
I can't 100% say that I have not eaten I don't know if I said too many nots, but I've definitely eaten a frozen pizza frozen.
Okay, so this is what I like to call a happening on this show because I have never heard of anyone eating frozen pizza. You are eating it rare.
Yeah, blue.
Now, why the hell are you doing this?
I have very little self-control as a person, and when it comes to food, especially,
okay,
if I want something, I must have it now.
Okay, so that's what's triggering. I'm just gonna eat this frozen pizza, frozen.
Yeah, and the toppings are not that bad frozen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I would also like to talk about potato chips.
Okay.
I would also, because this whole frozen pizza thing is concerning to me.
Oh, I upset you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart next time we meet.
Okay. So I have a confession if we're gonna talk about potato chips.
Please.
I do enjoy frozen ketchup chips.
Okay, so it sounds like there's like this, you talked about the lack of control, but also on the flip side, it's frozen foods.
Yeah, I think I'm really into frozen foods. I think I like in my mouth, not on my body.
Yeah. Well, how the hell does one just a bag of ketchup chips in the deep freeze?
Yeah, you just put the bag in the freezer for a couple hours and then you take them out and then they're just cold. And I haven't done that in years, but it's something I used to do with my sister as a kid.
Okay, so you're eating chilled chips. Now, does it work with just ketchup chips or you throw in like a party mix in the freezer too? Drop them and maybe like you make yourself a drink and sprinkle some party mix in the drink. Go to a dinner party.
You know what? I think I might have like an Igloo Fest chip party at my place this winter, invite everyone in the backyard, and we're just going to eat cold chips.
Okay. So we'll be living the life of homeless people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, glad we got the confirmation.
Sure.
Now,
what do you want to say about chips?
Well, earlier on, you had presented me with an idea about potato chips tonight, and I would like for you to share this idea because it's something that we've done in the past.
Okay, so many times I've come on this show and I've compared food items to men as part of COVID-69, like sausages to guys, burgers to guys.
Yeah.
But then last week we did this thing where we compared. We tried to associate a type of person or personality to chocolate bars for Halloween.
Yes.
To which you did a terrible job because you just started describing them as turd looking.
Well, here's the thing: is that you've had experience. I was a first timer. I was blooming as a blossoming flower in last week's segment, where you were an experienced comparer. To say an expert, exactly. So I think that tonight I'll be much more primed and prepared and experienced.
Okay. Okay. So do you want me to give you a chip and then you can
yes,
who you think that person is?
Yeah, we're finding the human comparable to chips.
Yeah. Okay. Sun chips.
Oh, sun chips. I'm gonna go with some type of like earthy person, like someone who like goes to a yoga studio. And then it's like, oh, we're all going to go and get some snacks and go to the park. And then the person's like, I think I'm going to get these sun chips. Is that like, am I being bad?
Thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I imagine an earthy type of woman and she's eating the sun chips, but in like a full splits.
She's sitting in a
full splits in the park. And she's like, am I crazy? Or is this bag really loud?
Sitting on a blanket or just like earth? Splits to earth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stones. It's rocks. It's gonna be on rocks eating sun chips.
You know what? There's nothing. You haven't lived until you've done the splits on a pile of rocks.
Yeah, we'll save that one for the reunion episode of COVID-69. We'll get an expert. That's who I think. Okay. Now, I'd like to throw one your way, but it's going to be a curveball. Smart food.
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to give me smart foods.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. That one's really upsetting. Not a chip. It's popcorn, right?
Yeah, it's popcorn. Yeah.
That's fucked up. So that's not a chip. So, okay, I'm going to say this is someone who calls people sheeples.
Okay. So the smart food equivalent of a person is someone who calls people sheeples.
Yeah. So it's someone who's very, very like contrarian and
they probably have like a troll Twitter account.
Yeah, like just the egg photo.
Yeah.
Just the egg photo, and like some of the posts are about sports.
Yeah.
And then mostly
probably follow a couple porn stars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love VR porn.
Yeah. They probably work at like a VR startup.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they have no friends. Like nobody talks to them in the
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
the lunchroom. Like when offices were a thing. But that's how they first got into smart foods, is because it was part of the snack bar at work. And person decided to build their entire
Oh yeah, maybe they worked at like a bigger video game company before that provided snacks.
Yeah. And now they like to argue with everyone that smart food is chips.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm imagining like the Twitter handle is like DK @DK.
For Donkey Kong?
Yeah, it's also a big fan of Donkey Kong, the video game.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so we found out what the smart food equivalent of a person is.
Okay. I'm going to give you Dill Lays.
Dill Lays? Oh, So I'm imagining a guy with a very light mustache.
And he loves fermented food.
Yeah, he likes fermented food. I guess he lives with his mom, but the mom lives in his basement. We're switching it up. We're switching it up where the mom lives in his basement. Yeah, and I'm gonna say that this guy's a finger licker.
In general, or just for chips?
Let's go in general. In general, so like I'm imagining this guy's like pumping gas at the gas station. When he's done, he licks his fingers.
Does he lick other people's fingers too?
Only if they ask.
If they ask their or I imagine this guy, if someone's like, "Ew, what's that on my hands?" He'll grab the hand and be like,
"Oh, so he's a pervert."
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. He doesn't, and he's like, "I'm not a pervert."
I just lick fingers.
Yeah, he follows this at Donkey Kong on Twitter. He follows at Donkey Kong.
He retweets them all the time.
Yeah, he's like, I love some of the video games that you've developed. If you ever need anyone to lick your virtual reality headset, I'm the guy.
Yeah, he pitches him this VR game of just licking fingers.
Yeah, his username on Twitter is @champagne. But pain is spelled Payne.
Nice. Okay, give me another one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you party mix.
Party mix. So party mix has the little like everything, right? The like pretzel sticks.
Yeah, cheesies,
the little squares that are like secret cereals stuck in there. Okay, so that is someone with a split personality.
Oh.
And someone who no, the kind of person that you ask them where they want to go eat or what they want to do, and they're just like, I don't know, whatever you want.
Oh, so a boring loser. Yeah, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, I'm going with boring loser for that.
That would have been good for last week's Halloween episode if someone came onto the show in that character with the boring loser costume.
I think you did.
Let's move on to the next chip. I believe it's my turn.
No, I think you just okay. I have to give you a chip.
Yeah.
Okay, Takis.
Takis? What the hell is that? Oh, that's those like what are they? It's like a Dorito joint. Basically what they are, right? It's like a rolled up Dorito into a joint.
Okay, yeah, that should give you enough to give it a personality.
Yeah, a tacky is basically the equivalent is a guy who sniffs people on the metro. Zippers open. It's like the type of like some guy who no matter when he shows up at a place, he just got caught in the rain.
Just a wet guy.
He's a wet guy. He's always, but he smells like body heat, not BO, but he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm late. I got stuck in the rain and then I jumped on the 55 and I had to wait to go all the way up the hill and now I'm sweaty. Anyways.
Oh, so he's sweaty from just, okay. He's just, okay.
Yeah, he gets caught. It's a hot rain. So like one of those hot summer rains.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the tacky of people.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like all of mine are perverts.
I don't think any of mine are good either.
Yeah. One day we'll land on something that's good. That's the tacky. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a chip that you think would lend itself to a good person?
A positive. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be our last chip that I give you, Steph. The chip that I want to give you is, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with a popular chip. I'm going to go with the Miss Vicky's lime and black pepper.
Okay, give me one moment. I just
want
to nail that one.
Yep.
So, really nice older lady.
Oh.
Who wears funky glasses.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He lives like near Saint Denis, like on like Henri Julien or something like that. And she dresses in, those like, I think it was described in a Vice article in like 2012 as circus lesbian.
Yes, this is interesting because I was going to say like, you might be like either at the Pride Parade or passing by it and you'd see this woman marching in the parade topless, but her boobies are painted.
Her what?
Her boobies are painted.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seared in my brain.
Yeah, that's that woman. I wonder what her name is.
Oh, okay.
I think she might be French, so I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Claudette.
That's not a name.
It is to her. CLOLOUETTE Claudette.
Wait, that's messed up. Does she just go by Clo?
No, Claudette. She demands that you say it. Yeah, full name.
What's her last name?
Demille.
Okay.
Her name is Claudette Demille.
And she's topless?
Yeah, she's topless.
Pride Parade wearing funky glasses.
Yeah, but specifically topless, showing her boobies.
Yeah, but painted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her boobies are painted.
Yeah, they're painted.
Wait, what are they painted with or at?
It's ironic. She's painted them as melons.
What kind of melons? Like watermelon
or? Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Oh, yeah, so and then this is when
colored, but like scraggly, like a reptile. Oh, that's a good look.
Yeah, scraggly like a reptile, and then also at the Pride Parade is at Donkey Kong on Twitter trolling the event. You're all sheep. Yeah, sheeples.
Yeah, love it. And then there's a guy who's just like,
oh yeah, that's the dill pickle chip guy. He's there with his mom. That's he's trying to get to Claudette with. Yeah, he's just trying to lick boobies. I'm disgusted with myself for saying that.
I'm really upset that I heard you say lick boobies
today. Yeah, it's not me. It's the dill pickle guy.
I don't know if I can look at you the same way.
I'm not sure I can look at myself in my rear view on the screen here for the rest of the night.
Because of the pimple or because you said that?
Now both. I was able to get through the pimple, but I'm now totally disgusted. Steph, thanks so much for being here tonight. This is our new thing on the show now.
Just talking shit.
Talking SHIT. Steph, thanks so much for being here. Oh no, the song.
Can I dance for you?
That is Steph Mercier Voyer, bookended at the beginning and end with still unsettling. The middle I liked very much. I feel like when Steph's on these days and I get to kind of imagine, I get to be funny again. If you're just tuning in, you missed my brand new character. This is what I call Lone Gunman, or otherwise known as a guy looking at new releases at EB Games. That's what this is. Can I help you, sir? Yeah, I'm wondering if you have the new Banjo-Kazooie. Anyways, let's move on to our next guest. He is here once in a while, and he is back tonight. Let's welcome the show's only little boy. It's Dave Kaufman's 8-year-old nephew, Jack Kaufman. Jack, how's it going, buddy?
Flash apps.
James?
Hey, how's it going, Jack?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that a technical snafu? What was that in the, let's go to the booth, Dimitri, what was that?
That was a little like track that I was gonna play for Jack's entrance.
Okay, well, Jack, do you want a song, buddy?
Sure. I mean, I was curious what that was, but I.
Well, I'm gonna tell Jack. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
When I asked, I just thought we were gonna get what the sound was and not the explanation.
Yeah, I know.
You too?
Yeah, I was like, what's all this talking?
Yeah, let's hear that intro.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got it.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out.
Jack, buddy, that was great. I love that you danced.
Done.
Oh,
now it's done.
Now it's done. I really liked how you danced along to the song, Jack.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite song.
That's your favorite song? What are some of your other favorite songs, Jack?
Oh, there's some. I like the one that's the alphabet song.
Oh, you mean the alphabet?
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Head, Shoulder, Knees, and Toes.
Yep.
And I like Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Oh, by AC/DC.
Yeah, that's a good song.
You know the dance to that song? Can you do a little dance for that song, Jack?
Well, it's the Angus Young Shuffle.
Yeah, which is?
Oh, I would need my Les Paul to. Not a Les Paul. Sorry, it's a Gibson.
Right. Okay. Well, I didn't know you knew how to play guitar, Jack.
Well, yeah, I've been dabbling. You know, everyone tries to play guitar at some point in their life, and for me, that point just came early.
Okay. Well, what do you have in your hands there, buddy?
Yeah, some of my toys. Oh, I dropped one thing. I got a little. This is a molecule, James. I'm learning about science in Zoom school.
That's super. How do you like Zoom school?
I like it. We had a new teacher, Mr. Tubin.
What's he like?
Oh, he's okay. You know, he puts us in the breakout rooms a little more often than the other teachers.
Oh, so you're off and away from the classroom.
Yeah, and then I don't know what Mr. Tubin's up to, but yeah.
Well, teachers stay busy, right?
Yeah, you know, you got to do correct.
They got their hands full.
They got their hands full. Yeah, exactly. So I don't judge.
Well, you know what? The thing is, whether it's from other teachers or Mr. Tubin, it can probably get pretty sticky teaching on Zoom these days.
Yeah. Well, we do science experiments and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And anyway, so that's my molecule.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got you've met my sloth before.
Yeah.
My classic stuffed animal.
Yeah, your best friend. Is he still talking to you?
He's talking to me. Yeah, we talk all the time. It's a busy. He's really into the election.
Well, that's right. Yeah, your sloth is it leans right.
He leans right. Yeah. So
what does he think about the election so far? It's been many days.
It's been many days. You know, he's concerned about voter fraud.
Okay, that makes sense if he's on the right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's concerned. He's very concerned about voter fraud. He's not sure whether they should stop counting or keep counting. He keeps changing what he's saying, depends on the state. I don't know. And then here is his friend, which is an elephant. And of course, as we all know, the elephant is the mascot of the right.
Right. Okay. So the elephant is also right-leaning.
Well, he's the mascot of the right. If you see the symbol, it's donkey and elephant. A donkey representative of sort of left-leaning values, and the elephant's representing of sort of right-leaning. That's at least what Slothy tells me.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm very thankful that you're able to pop by tonight and let us know the differences between.
Yeah, and just to get your viewers. Oh, sorry if I interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But just to catch the viewers up, they might think, "Oh, this little boy, he looks old."
Yeah.
No, and that's only because I have Jack's disease, which
can I tell you something, Jack? I tried to explain that in my intro tonight.
Oh, what happened?
Well, no one could hear me. You probably weren't able to hear it.
Oh, but I mean, all you had to do was turn the volume on.
Well, tell it to the tech.
Oh, okay. I will. Hey, tech.
Yeah.
Turn the volume on next time.
Let's hear about what Jack's disease is.
Well, it's the disease that Robin Williams had in the movie Jack, which where his body matured faster than the age that he was. So at the age of say 8, he had the body of a 40-year-old, and that's kind of like what I have. And of course, Robin Williams starred across Jennifer Lopez in that movie. She played Miss Marquez's teacher, who he fell in love with. And of course, we all know Jennifer Lopez because she was a fly girl in Living Color. across.
She also dated Sean Puffy Combs.
That's true. Yeah. And her ass wasn't sure. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Where'd you learn that word, Jack?
My uncle says it all the time.
Oh, your Uncle Dave.
Yeah, he always says, "Hey, check out the ass."
Of anyone in specific, or
and he'll just point in a direction.
What does your aunt say about that?
My aunt?
Yeah.
Oh, she's never around when he says it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what we call Uncle Dave around these parts for doing that?
No.
Smart man.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what have you been up to with your Uncle Dave these days?
Well, Dave, he's very upset right now.
Well, yeah. Last time you were here, you told us that he had become radicalized by terrorists.
Oh, I said that?
Yes.
Well, let's keep that between us.
Well, you said you found blueprints. You said you found blueprints in the attic of some type of plan that Dave had.
Yeah. Well, Dave's over that. He got over that whole thing.
I'm glad.
But now he's all in on Trump.
Wait, so not only is your stuffed sloth, your stuffed elephant right-leaning, your Uncle Dave is now a right-leaning Dave?
Well, my sloth started talking to my uncle, and they got into it, and they started sharing a lot of videos from websites that are blocked, and they started listening to this guy Alex Jones a lot.
Wait, blocked websites?
Yeah, blocked websites.
Wait, so is your sloth familiar with the dark web?
He's my sloth's on the dark web. Yeah, he's got a Tor server that he runs.
Okay.
On a Linux machine.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a whole thing. It's basically an anonymized web browser.
Yeah. So the sloth has been talking to your Uncle Dave, and he's turned him into a Trump guy?
Yeah, well, he's sort of a far-right conspiracy guy. Yeah.
Okay, so your Uncle Dave is a far-right conspiracy guy, while the sloth and the elephant just lean right.
Yeah, Dave's he's like that. He gets into a conspiracy. It's one thing, the Earth is flat one day, then the moon landing didn't happen the next day.
So Dave is a flat earther? I've never gotten this impression from him.
It was a brief period of his life.
Okay. Well,
but I mean, he all he says is he says, well, just look at the evidence.
Right. Well, apparently now there isn't any evidence.
Well, about what?
Well, are we talking about voter fraud?
Are we? I don't know.
I'm just following your lead here, Jack. You're the one dropping all these truth bombs on us.
Well, that's what Dave says. He says that there is evidence. There was some videos of some ballot counters stamping ballots. You can't really make it out, but I guess if you look closely, it sort of looks like that, maybe. But Dave's convinced that that's what's happening.
Yeah. Okay, so Dave is surfing the dark web.
That's what his leader said.
His leader, Donald Trump?
His dear leader, yeah.
Okay, so he's been following his, quote, dear leader, Donald Trump. He's on the dark web, and he's nudging you to point out women's asses.
Yeah. I'm just learning about life, but is that not okay?
Well, it's questionable. It's certainly questionable.
Well, my teacher told me that it's good to ask questions.
Yeah, your teacher, Mr. Tubin?
Mr. Tubin, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is good to ask questions. I think there's something inherent.
He said that if you're judged for something that you do, it's not your fault. It's their fault.
You know what? That's some very interesting advice, Jack.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Tubin says. He says, don't judge a book by its cover. It's okay to make mistakes. And when you're on Zoom, just remember to turn your camera off if you're going to do something private.
Okay. Well, have you taken that advice to heart?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I went to the washroom and I wanted to listen to the end of Mr. Tubin's conversation. So I got on my cell phone.
Yep.
Took my camera off, and then I did my business, and then I went back to class.
That's very, very, very responsible of you, Jack.
Thank you, James.
All right. So what else is going on these days, buddy?
What else is going on? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's been very stressful around the house with Dave.
The election, yeah.
With Dave, yeah. So I've been looking for a way to relax.
Okay.
And the other day I was going through Dave's drawers, and I found a couple of things.
What'd you find?
I found some condoms.
Oh, so how do you know about condoms, Jack?
It said I can read, and it said condoms on the.
Okay, got it.
On the
Okay.
package, and I found this.
What now? You want to bring that closer? You want to turn? So what now? What is that?
Hold on, let me hold it up against my shirt.
Yeah, what is that? Was it a body butter?
No, it's James, come closer. Closer. It's pot.
Okay, so you found some marijuana in your Uncle Dave's drawer beside his condoms? Sounds like Dave's got a big night planned.
Yeah. I mean, he's had several big nights planned.
He's got a lot of big nights planned. He's probably really wound up from all this election business. So
yeah.
It sounds like he's going to get high and maybe give you a brand new
copy of Ivanka magazine that he likes to look at.
Oh, Ivanka magazine?
Yeah.
All right. So you found drugs in your Uncle Dave's drawer.
Yeah, so I've been trying it, James.
Well, you've been smoking weed?
Yeah, James.
What, are they pre-rolled?
No, I learned how to roll.
James. Who taught you how to roll?
I watched a YouTube video.
Oh, you got a tutorial?
A YouTube tutorial. Yeah. Okay. How to roll weed for kids.
Oh, so it's specifically a series for kids. Wait, Jack, you shouldn't be doing drugs.
No, it's good.
That's your answer. It's good.
It's good.
Look, I'm gonna have to tell your Uncle Dave.
Sorry, I'm coming down right now.
You're high right now?
Yeah.
Jack, you're totally messed up.
Yeah.
Look at you, man. You're laughing like Tommy Chong.
Who's that?
He's a famous comedian who was in a lot of drug movies. Oh. He's part of the famous Cheech and Chong comedy duo.
Was he ever in Paw Patrol?
No, he's never in Paw Patrol.
Oh, I probably haven't seen him.
No, you probably haven't seen him yet. Yeah. You're totally wasted.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the first person to come on this show high as a kite.
Oh no. Did you have my uncle on?
Well, you're telling me your uncle gets high before he gets on the show?
I don't know. That's who this belongs to.
Yeah, well, it looks like I got some talking to do with Dave about.
Yeah. Hey, ask him to buy more pot.
No, I'm not going to ask him to buy pot so his little 8-year-old nephew can smoke it.
Why not?
I'm going to talk to your Uncle Dave. And
please.
No, it's not going to work. That's not going to work on me.
Please.
This cute act is not going to work on me.
Jamesy.
Not going to work.
Please.
No.
Please, Uncle James.
No, I'm not your Uncle James, because if you were at your Uncle James' place, you wouldn't find weed in the drawer.
You ever try it?
As a matter of fact, I haven't.
James, I'm gonna get you stoned.
No, I'm not. I've never succumbed to peer pressure in my life, let alone from a little boy.
It's a good indica.
I don't even know what that means, Jack.
Gets you in the couch.
I already lay on my couch enough.
Well, this is gonna make it extra fun.
Look, stop trying to get into my head, man.
We're gonna listen to our favorite songs.
What? Oh, the alphabet?
Listen to the alphabet song.
You're gonna listen to alphabet. And I'm a little teapot, and then the thunderstruck. Yeah, you're gonna break out your guitar, and you're gonna break out your guitar. We're gonna jam together.
Yeah. I'll lend you my drums.
Oh, you have drums too?
Well, they're my uncles.
Yeah, they're your uncles. Look, Jack, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm gonna have to talk to your Uncle Dave and your Aunt Sarah and let them know that this is totally unacceptable, man.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that.
Okay, James.
No, don't. No. Don't cry. Please don't cry on the show, Jack. God, this is the ugliest kid cry I've ever seen in my life. Looks like a wax figure at Madame Tussauds. Oh. I don't even think he's able to make noise. He's so high. Look, Jack, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say goodbye to you tonight, buddy. Before we let you go, does your sloth have any predictions about the outcome of the election?
Yeah, he says Trump definitely won. There was definitely voter fraud.
Yep.
And 4 more years.
Yep.
Make America great again.
Yeah. Jack, thanks so much for being here tonight, buddy. And try to come down in a very loose way. Relax. Maybe jump into the tub.
Okay, don't tell my uncle.
I won't tell your uncle. Have fun in class next week. That's Jack Kaufman, and that is our show tonight. What a show it's been. For the first time ever, 3 introductions in one night. Who do we have to thank for that? Dimitri Kyres. I also want to thank Steph Mercier Voyer for being here tonight. I, of course, have to acknowledge my brand new spanking zit that I hope will be gone by this Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. when we are back for the Sunday morning special featuring, as mentioned, a panel discussion. Dimitri, are you out there, buddy? Because I have to thank you.
Yeah. Hey, James. How's it going?
Pretty good turnaround tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, it was okay. I think I'm putting into action some of those things that I wanted to work on. Sorry about the flub on the intro music for Jack, but I'll get better.
You know what? You called it on the fly, and I liked it.
Oh.
I want you to follow your instinct. Just keep playing the song, buddy.
I just got to commit to it, James. I just got to stand my ground and put it out there, you know?
That's the ticket. Thanks, Dimitri.
Bye, James.
Folks, I want to thank you, last but most certainly not least, for being here tonight. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following the page. Tell everyone, to the best of your ability, to tune in. We would like to grow our audience so we can all collectively congeal and have a good time. And we will do that this Sunday. And if you can't make it, we will be back on our usual time slot, which is Monday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Twitch. Until then, have a good weekend. Try to get some, Clearex for your zits or whatever it's called. And with that, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well. It was not.